Hello there, Golfer here, and welcome back to some more Sid Meier's Civilization 7. So, most of my mods that I've been looking forward to have been updated. Not all of them, but I figured, you know what, I would really like Alexander's memento. Let's hop in here. At level 5, he gets plus 1 settlement limit in each age, plus 1 maintenance per age in all land units. So this combined with the other one that gets age from Augustus has, at least the Augustus one has been changed to now be plus 1 settlement per age. Basically, it's plus 1 whenever you use it. It's not plus 1 in ancient, plus 2 in exploration, and plus 3 in modern. I think that while that does kind of make sense to a certain extent in terms of scaling, it makes it so much better than all of that, because settlement limit is one of the hardest things that you can raise, and starting with this plus Augustus's memento is crazy. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and we're not gonna play with syncretism. I'm just gonna go ahead and play as recommended. Now unfortunately it looks like starting in antiquity, if I just, okay, do I filter by antiquity? Persia is, okay, they are antiquity. All right, so we have economic, militaristic, or cultural and diplomatic. And I'm gonna go based on the highlighted and suggested ones. I think we'll go ahead and just play as Greece. That's fine. Plus 3 influence on the palace is great. Good way of getting extra influence early game. I think that's changed too. Plus 2 culture for active endeavors, sanctions, and diplomatic projects you started or supported. Also really nice. Tourism from every city that you were suzerain of. Is that through all ages? Because that seems really broken if that's the case. No, it has to be because it's only Greece. It's only antiquity. That's cool. And then we get our unique buildings, which is happiness. Culture is great. And then culture and influence and placed on rough terrain. Basically, you want rough terrain next to quarters and wonders. And then the extra infantry strength is great. The extra guys is great. It's good. All right, so we're going to play Immortal difficulty once again. I actually really liked the difficulty of Immortal. I think that's good. We're gonna play standard, everything. We're gonna do fractal continent. Right. Yeah. That's for the best. I really like the being able to explore an exploration instead of and letting the map kind of open up again, which is good. We're gonna go ahead and increase this to this stays standard. Age length to long. So ages end at 160 versus 140. So this means... Oh, I bet you because the legacies disappeared, that's why it lasted longer. So that's an additional potential 20 turns, which probably is only like 1 or 2 people grabbing the end game, like future tech, future civics. So that's probably not going to be as big of a deal. Alternatively, you could make this like 20 turns and make it standard. That would also probably be a good way of doing it. That's almost the same thing. Basically, yeah, that's even when it jumps. This is a minimum or maximum of 160 turns. It's a little long, but I don't think we're ever going to bother getting there. Cramp settings is default. Everything's on Immortal. Standard. A little more disasters, why not? And then for this... Yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's go. Oh, we're close to it. Mementos. I really think more settlements is more better. While I do really like the extra, like the quickly getting to it, you can't really make up for getting that extra city even if it goes out a little bit later. We'll go ahead and do that. We could... I really do like this one. The extra population every celebration is solid. Let's see... anything else? There was one that's like start with 200 gold. I don't know if I have that one unlocked. There's 7 gold. Not that one. Or 200 gold at the start of an age. So I do have that one, and that's basically like saying, hey, you can actually buy a settler right off the pop, which is actually really tempting, considering I don't like to buy things early on anyway. And because I probably won't get expansionists, that is indeed tempting. Otherwise, extra policy slot is good. Or we could do this, where we get plus 50 gold for every 100 tiles explored by your units. Is probably better. Let's see. Let me look something up. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Chrono Civica and the statue. Like, the gold is nice and help me get another city out more quickly, as would the golden flowers and Goroma combo. But I think long run, this is better, especially if I can still spam them out pretty quickly. And if I can get more larger cities, because my capital will be larger by my first celebration, going for happiness instead of other things from scouts is also very solid. So we're just going to go with that.
Sing, muse, of the king of the world, the hero of Hellas, son of Zeus and Ammon. From the hills of Macedonia to the edges of Oceanus, your name will mark the bounds of civilization. Take the reins, Alexander. Lead the charge and fulfill your fate.
Okay. All right, first thoughts. Kibbles! Pretty good. Not great. We got water over here. Not a lot of trees, unfortunately, because trees are what you really want. But yeah, we'll just plop it down here, I think. I mean, I could move here, but that's a 2-turn move. I'd rather not give up 2 turns. And I've found wherever the game puts you, it's actually better. It tells you to put it here, but that's because this doesn't go on information that's over here. It only goes on information that it can see, I'm pretty sure. Because long run, I've always wanted. Also, I think it also focuses on 2 tiles away. So if we come here, we can see I'm 2 tiles away from this. I'm 2 tiles away from this. I'm 1 tile away from this. Whereas here, 3 tiles away from this. I'm 3 tiles away from this. So it doesn't value it as highly. So I'm just gonna throw you down here. Ooh. Lax is good. Okay. Once again, if stuff looks different, it's because I got mods running. Oh, and this works with... I was wondering if these mods would play nice together, and they do. Wow, that's dumb. Turn 1 triumphs.
The radiance of the new world came into being bathed in nectar.
Okay, choose a technology. Writing is pretty solid. Getting the hang gardens is pretty solid. I think we basically just, well, let's go for animal husbandry and then I'll go for writing right after that. Okay, already hit size 2, which is wonderful. Culture boost plus full food for faster growth is also really good. Probably going to want to go and hit this next. Grab some production on the way. Happiness and culture or gold. I'll take the happiness and culture. Thank you very much. We got some silver down here. Down here, get this. Silver and then dyes. Those are both pretty solid ones to grab. I am interested in basically doing along the lines of a city rush as far as I can, so I do want to find as many potential locations as I can. Culture and food or science, I'd rather have the food. Faster growth means more production and everything in the long run.
I protect thee with this flame, and I drive away.
Okay, I like the extra production, even though it's only one. It's something. And here we're at the bottom part of here, and this is a lake, which is nice. So elephants are out of the range if I also wanted to grab the silver, but I'm thinking a city here would be solid. It's got potential. We'll see, though. Mysticism next. Choose a government. Oligarchy. Oh, nice. Instant reveal is solid. Yo, my guy. There, one over there. Okay. I think that's good for scouts. I'm pretty sure this is coast, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna need to build a building here eventually. But I think ultimately, because it's so little, I'm better off building a hoplite and then using him to defend. We're getting a lot of influence per turn. I feel like that's more than I mean, I don't know exactly why I'm feeling that way, but oh, this right here looks solid. Oh, yeah. I'm seeing culture here, and then science here. Also, iron is just good. Oh, but this is coast over here, so maybe a city over here instead. I mean, here and here wouldn't be terrible. Cultivate, it becomes a wine resource. Ooh. It's out of range of this city. There is jade over here. See, if I moved over here, I would have lost access to this, and I would have lost access to this. That's why it's always better to just plop. Or 10 I mean, 10 production is nice, but it's only like, what, a couple turns? Not even, it's a turn and a half. So, make it a wine resource, and I can throw a city over here eventually.
The cage.
Okay, you, and then by that time, we will definitely be large enough, we'll exactly be large enough to grow. Obtain another city. Have that, look at my resource list. Got that going. Got a nice little bump. Science of my culture. Pottery next. Yeah, I'm thinking the city right here. That's right, I got mapped to... Oh. What? What's stopping me? I have access here. It's not telling me. There's something right here. There's got to be. We got fish over here. We got a nice little mountainous nook over here. It's not a high priority city location, but right around here would be pretty solid. Okay, so we do have these guys here. While I would like take them out, unless... Oh, no, we could keep them, and then I could just plant the city here. And that would also be further away from a city location here. And then city somewhere over here would be good. Yeah. Good. That is in range. Food and production or happiness. So the thing about happiness, it actually technically can be considered food. So 5 goes into... I'm gonna grow in 8 turns. So actually I can see it here. So this is 2 turns of food, almost 1 turn of production, or a bunch of turns of happiness. Give you the happiness because that's growth. And while it's not optimal, I don't know exactly how it's working. I would hope that what happens is this number just goes up by 1. The amount of food doesn't get, like, wasted. That would be really unfortunate if it did. What's that? It's fine. Not a great spot, but it's a spot. Now, this also has benefits of being near volcanoes. Nothing triggered, which means that these tiles are all going to be pretty useful. A city... I want access to this wine, probably here. Okay. So if I put the city there, I can actually keep these guys. I could befriend them, but I want to keep a little bit in my back pocket. Also, I would like to find a different type of city-state if possible. Oh, we can't get that. That's crazy. You're there, you get that. Oh, interesting. So it might be worth throwing another city up here as well, but what will also be lower priority? Ooh, there's wine here. Okay. So that would be... That gets me fresh water. A little more important, I would say. And then I could potentially throw another city down here. Get our first celebration. Give me the growth. Nice as we have the a mod that does celebrations. Oh, they're shooting fire arrows because that's the age we're in. Yo, that's thoughtful. Okay, it looks like the food does in fact carry over in a good way, which I'm happy about. We got the growth. Your 2 food in the capital, which honestly doesn't really strike me as important. What I really kind of want is production. No, this gives me culture. Let's just grab that. Okay, this is going to be a important place to rush to. Let's go ahead and queue up a couple settlers. We met someone. Or down here, which is not surprising.
Friedrich II. Hocherfreut, euch kennenzulernen. Ich bin ein Engel im Salon, aber ein Teufel auf dem Schlachtfeld.
I have a mod that makes it this version instead of we're talking to each other. I do kind of like it a little bit better. It's kind of jarring to see these models do that. Okay, I'm seeing potential. Then you can go here instead. Or here. Wonder what I want. Yeah, this gives me access to more naval buildings. So I kind of like there better. And then here. So my first 3 are gonna be kind of like this scenario. We can get writing, but I'm not in a rush. Let's get sailing, and then I'll get writing because I'm going to be focusing on expansion. And then got all that. That's what that does. I don't need these. I just want the wine and the iron. I mean, this does give happiness, though, and that's fine. And then we could have a throwaway spot. Like, here. Not a big deal. We'll see how it goes. Oh, yeah. Okay, we might need to take someone out, though? Are they in? No, they're far enough away. Okay. This is also nice and defendable as well.
There is another world.
Alright, I mean, if I could do multiple science, that would be pretty solid. I'm not happy that they're taking... The sheep's a good resource. But all things considered, yeah, we'll befriend them. Why not? Alright, I could go... Either one of these would be good. You get a bonus on the Oracle, but that's also a long ways away, and I'm not planning on building that just yet. 7's a bit fast. 5. Not bad. Grab that, why not? Alright, so I do really like the influence on altars, just because influence is a little hard to come by in this age. I like to default it to it because it's pretty easy. Yeah, we'll just do that. Extra growth is also solid, but... Ooh, camels, and it's in range. That silk is also in range. But I don't think giving up the happiness boost is worth it in this instance. Unless there's something else down here, I don't think it's worth it. Happiness and culture or influence? You know what? I would like the happiness, I would like the culture, but I honestly want the influence more. We can start befriending these guys. Getting a couple of the science versions is pretty solid. Interesting map setup. Okay. Somebody already got it over here. Interesting map. Good stuff over here as well. Gold is happiness and gold. Solid tile. The saw pit would also be pretty good. I need a... Actually, I mean, I could go boom boom, but it's gonna be a while till I get a building that needs fresh water. It'd probably be better if I just go over. And until then, I kind of want to be spamming settlers. That's farther away. Ooh, rice down here. Already a lot of overlap. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's on the other side of this. So Ur's a solid get then, because otherwise it's going to be a bit difficult. Culture and happiness are gold. Gold's a little bit tempting. Unfortunately, I think the settlers cost, like the scale, they cost more. So even getting this won't get me a settler right away. So I think it's just better. Yeah, we'll get the gold.
The fair breeze.
Son of a gun. I come here and block him. I just need to hold out a little bit longer. I'd like to become friends with you, but y'all are expansive. Out of curiosity, do you have a negative? No. See if you had a negative opinion of me or not. Go over here as quickly as possible. Wait, one more turn, give or take.
There is another world.
And you're good for now. Alright, so we're building you. Just to check, if I were to purchase a settler, it costs 280. Yeah, the scaling goes up. There's not enough gold. $17. If I'm gonna build... I would like to get the Oracle. Also would like that water, to be honest. Yo, it does kind of look like they're coming to hit me, aren't they? Okay, boom, boom, and that's 3, and then by then, irrigation. So irrigation's 22 turns away. Build another settler, and then do this. A lot of iron, unfortunately. Yo. Ooh, okay, we definitely want to become friends with you. 30 food, 2 turns of food, or a turn and a half of production. Need the food. Might not be terrible to befriend and eventually incorporate. Okay. Boom. Alright, so we can grow you. Let's see, you give me +2 happiness in the capital and +5 culture in a celebration. We're not in a celebration. I kind of want to get the hides as quickly as possible. So we're going to do that. Now I could look into... I don't have enough money. Okay, that's fine. Now you hate me now, right? Yup. That going? Man, this is really interesting just how, like, locked in I am. I should say he is now locked in because he can pass through, but it's gonna be like he has to settle over here. Which means I can more or less focus on obtaining most of this part of the map and getting a free I kind of want that, but the other hand, I could incorporate you as well for the iron. It wouldn't be a great place. But we can see this is going to be a town. This is probably going to be a town. This could potentially be a city. I'm probably going to make this a city. And then this, I think city, 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 town, 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 something like that. We'll see. We'll do that next time. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.